It's time to have a hard conversation with your kids, huh? Thanksgiving's over, Christmas time is upon us, so let's figure this out together. Is Santa Claus real? Let's find out. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanksgiving's over. Time to try to work some of this off. We're gonna get on this bike a little bit, get a little workout in. Then we're gonna talk about having a real hard conversation with our kids. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time visiting the channel, thank you for stopping by. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. Let's get this workout in, then we'll talk about the big guy. Let's go. All right, glad that's over. Let's have this talk about Santa Claus. All right, so here goes nothing. Maybe the most controversial thing ever posted on my YouTube channel to date. May not be the last controversial thing, but so far, probably the most controversial. So let's have a discussion. Is Santa Claus real? Well, for those of you who aren't going to watch the entire video, let me just tell you right here, right now, the answer, yes, Santa Claus is real. However, that comes with a caveat. I think as parents, we don't do the best job explaining Christmas and Santa Claus to our young children. See, a lot of times we tell our kids that Santa Claus is this, happy-go-lucky, overweight guy of whatever nationality or color that you want to say, and that he lives at the North Pole surrounded by elves who are going to make toys and bring them to you, right? Well, that's not what we should be telling our kids, in my opinion. Here's the problem with that. So, number one, there's cruises that go to the North Pole. We've got satellite imagery of the North Pole. People go to the North Pole. There's nothing there. Don't tell your kids that Santa Claus lives at the North Pole, and when they have easy internet access and they look up the North Pole and they don't see Santa Claus, they get disappointed. That's problem number one, but the least of our problems. Problem number two, we say and even have songs about how he's watching you and how he sneaks into your house at night on Christmas night and leaves a bunch of presents there. We even take our kids to see Santa Clauses at places. And what do they tell Santa Claus when they're sitting on his lap? What they want for Christmas, right? So I've already got the Christmas list for my kids this year. And I can guarantee you Santa Claus isn't going to bring them everything on their Christmas list. So what happens when your little boy or little girl go to Bass Pro Shop, which is where we normally go for our Santa Claus pictures, and tell Santa they want a brand new pony or a puppy, and then Santa doesn't bring it? They're disappointed. As parents, we don't want to disappoint our kids, right? So the least disappointing thing that we can do for our kids is tell them the truth. Santa Claus is real, but he's not a middle-aged or older heavyweight individual sneaking around, keeping an eye on them. There's no naughty list or nice list. There's nothing worse than telling a kid they're on the naughty list and just watching them melt. Because kids don't know what the naughty list is or how they got there or how they can get off. Even if we try to say, if you're good, Santa will put you back on the nice list. Well, what does that mean? Kids don't have the ability to really understand that. Or this, if you keep being bad, Santa's going to bring you coal. Nobody's really giving their kids coal. And then let's get on to an even bigger issue, right? Santa Claus is supposed to be for everybody. One person delivering gifts to all the little boys and girls in the world, right? So what happens when your little kid gets a brand new iPad Pro for Christmas? So they go to school and they brag about it. But somebody who's maybe not as fortunate as you, their kid got, something from the Dollar Tree. Not saying the Dollar Tree is bad, but it's obviously not an iPad Pro, right? So now this kid is at school thinking, Mommy and Daddy told me I was on the nice list. I did everything I was supposed to do. I told Santa I wanted a puppy. I didn't get a puppy, but I got this thing that's probably already broken a week later, but my best friend got an iPad Pro. Why does Santa love him more than Santa loves me? That's a real problem. So as parents, we need to let our kids know this. One, the idea of Santa Claus is very real. Every single year, there's strangers paying off people's layaways at Walmart. There's people feeding and housing the homeless to get them out of the cold. The giving spirit, the love that's generated around the Christmas holiday is real. That is the idea of Santa Claus. So Santa Claus is very real, but he's not one person living at the North Pole with elves, okay? We don't need all the kids thinking that one person loves little Johnny more than he loves little Johnny's sister, okay? That's just not how this is supposed to work. So, is Santa Claus real? In here, yes. When we take our kids to the mall, to Bass Pro Shop, to Kroger, if they have a thing set up, those are usually all different people dressed up as Santa. So now, is our kid supposed to be even more confused? Like, well, this Santa doesn't look like the Santa I saw 3 days ago. No, these are all people that are dressed up like a Santa Claus because that is supposed to be the symbol of what Santa represents. Okay, so it's important that your kids know what they're getting from Christmas is coming from you, from your family, from other loved ones. It's important that they know that. So when they don't get a new puppy or a brand new pony, and little Johnny did get a puppy or a brand new pony, they're not thinking that Santa Claus doesn't love them. They're thinking that maybe mom and daddy worked really, really hard and they got whatever they could afford. And I'm really happy. They say it's the thought that counts. Well, they don't understand it's the thought that counts if it was supposed to be coming from some stranger on the North Pole. Let's see. What else do we need to talk about from Santa? Is Santa Claus real? Yes. Is he one person living on the North Pole amongst elves? No. Is your kid loved by you? Yes. Is your kid loved by some stranger who's supposed to be keeping an eye on them and sneaking in their house at night delivering presents? No. The best thing we can do for our kids is just be honest. Santa Claus is real, but not in the way we would like to portray it. Probably the best way that I could think about saying this. So drop the comments down below. How would you talk to your kids about Santa Claus? There's so many good things that take place around the world. The idea that there's no one that cares or that there's no Santa Claus, well, that's just not true. But let's be real about it. Let's talk to our kids about it truthfully so we don't have anybody that's melting inside and not wanting us to know that they don't feel loved because Santa Claus didn't bring them a pony. It's tough to think about, huh? Let me know in the comments. How are you talking to your kids about Santa Claus? And I don't know, should I delete this video? If I get enough people in the comments that say delete the video because you're messing up Christmas for my kid, let me know. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. Let me know what you think. But I think as parents, we can do a much, much better job talking to our children about Christmas. So until then, if you're able to sit down and have an honest conversation with your kids, it's not a bad life if it's a dad life. Come on.